to hit that in front of the man at backward point, and he's taken away straight away. Now, if you remember, Maza, Qalandars has been involved in a couple of run-outs, the in the one-day series as well as in the test match. Got to be a bit more wary and looking for those quick singles. End of a successful over for Biplop. 2 wickets in that, 8 runs from it, 71 for 5. Hideous son. Bit of width, looking to guide that past the man at short third man. Rafiul Islam very quickly onto it.
Talking about the situation, losing wickets, Zimbabwe lost 4 wickets, scoring 41 runs of the last 30 balls. Slashed it away, backward point for a boundary. A welcome boundary indeed for Sikandar Raza.
I don't know if you noticed what happened the ball before. He was moved a little bit to his left by Mushfiqur Rahim after he had fielded that delivery. I wonder if he had stayed where he was, if this wasn't going straight to him. Had to dive to his right. On that occasion, he was a bit wider than the ball before that. Oh, bit of turn to Sikandar Raza.
As we are discussing about the batting order of Sikandar Raza, you are mentioning that he's a good finisher, and obviously Zimbabwe lost 5 wickets, but still a lot to do for the experienced campaigner. Oh, that kept low. Hint of turn in the previous ball, and this one kept low.
These are last 2 wickets in the last over. The shot before that was good, cleared the boundary with ease. And then next ball, Sean Williams finding the man Shumul Shaka on the leg side boundary. Be extremely disappointed that Sikandar Raza again just looking to find that gap line of the man at third man. He's just got to be careful because there's 2 there now. Those 2 men. Third man, backward point. End of the over, a good one. 5 dots in it, just the one boundary. 75 for 5. Sean Williams winning the toss and electing to bowl first. 200 for 3, third highest total in a T20 international here at Mirpur. Shumul Shaka devastating, 62 from 32. Half century for Qalandars. He continues with his good form. Zimbabwe in reply at the halfway stage. 75 for 5 in their 10 overs. Comparatively, Bangladesh were 91, no loss. Mohammad Saifuddin into the attack, look good. And playing in the one-dayers, back in Sylhet, 4 wickets in one of those matches. And who's been out struggling with a back injury, come back into the side. Already has made an impact.
Very exciting cricketer indeed, genuine all-rounder. Can hit the long handles with the bat and also effective with the ball. Oh, that's a good take from the keeper. Good carry from the bowler as well. Reflects how good the surface is.
Just a bit of extra bounce. In the first innings, Zimbabwean bowlers were bowling to Tamim for 2 or 3 overs. Hard ball, proud seam, extra carry through to the keeper. Did talk about how the surface here in Dhaka has improved, particular for T20 cricket. Times the scores here were really low. Not many 20 internationals that have been hosted here. A lot of local Bangladesh Premier League matches are played here. John Kent mentioned that the first innings average is 158. I can tell you that it would have been a lot less over the last few years. Increased as the surfaces got better.
It's also important to have a good start in the power plays. Zimbabwe lost too many wickets. On the other hand, Bangladesh managed to score 59 without loss in the power plays. And obviously Shomo Sharkar coming in and cashing in at the end.
And it's not just today. That really has been the problem for Zimbabwe in the 3 encounters on Sylhet as well. Bangladesh, of course, opening partnership has been brilliant. Zimbabwe hasn't quite been able to do the same. These are the wickets to fall for Zimbabwe. Brendan Taylor continues to struggle. Craig Urban just going across that one. He had looked good up until then. And the run out of the debutant, Wesley Madevere. In the air, and he's got it wide of the man at mid-off. Leighton Dusk gives chase, and he's not going to get there. He's just timed this away, Sikandar Raza. Once he got it just wide of that man at mid-off, it was charging towards the boundary.
Just banged on the timing this time. Full face of the bat. He knew where the fielders were. Just back past the mid-off fielder. It was enough to reach the fence in the end. Talking about rotating the strike, Zimbabwean batsman seems to look for the big shots rather than going for the singles. They already managed to take 3, but in the previous over, they gave away 5 dot balls.
So important that keep rotating the strike, whether or not you're getting those boundaries. Looking for 1. Richmond Mutumbami not interested. 11 overs gone, 82 for 5. Overs remain. The Zimbabwean innings, they still require 190 from 54 balls. Very gettable. The problem that they've got is that they've lost a cluster of wickets. That were slightly below the Bangladesh one, but the difference is, at this stage, Bangladesh have just lost the 1 wicket. Afif Hussain, it was 11th match, still relatively inexperienced at this level. Average of 25, just 4 wickets for him. You know the quality of the man. You expect that it's more opportunities. Those numbers will improve.
Indeed, and a very exciting prospect for Bangladesh cricket. They're very electric in the field, as we have seen in the past, and the way he run out that one. Good presence of mind when he threw the ball to the wicket-keeper. And now he's ready to show his skills, as I've said previously, and he picked up a wicket exactly after that. A very zippy customer, though.
Catch it!
Right now, Sikandar Raza has had a few balls that have turned back into him. Keeps looking to play that ball through that 3rd man area. I think he just probably wants to look at the ball a bit more in front of the wicket, because that ball is turning in. Doesn't want to get himself into trouble. And he's gone. He's gone. And I wasn't sure. I did hear a sound, but the Bangladesh fielders didn't seem to be all that excited. And because of that, I thought maybe he hadn't got a touch on it. And I suppose they kept it quiet because Mushfiq was still juggling the ball.
Exactly, and Sikandar Raza once again, bottom hands comes into play, and he didn't look into groove right from the start today. Tried to help it towards long on and eventually gave a nick and departs on 10 of 14 balls. Zimbabwe 83 for 6.
Last man to go, Sikandar Raza, which brings to the wicket Inom Tombodzi. 14 matches, just 150 runs, high score of 32.
Things look really difficult from here on for the Zimbabweans, losing wickets at regular interval, and Sikandar Raza, the last man, he tends to play that late cut all the time throughout his innings, and this time too he tried to play away from his body, inside part of the bat, and went to the wicket-keeper's gloves, although he juggled a bit, but in the end managed to take the wicket, take the catch comfortably.
What he did was he didn't panic. Very often if the ball doesn't quite go into the hands, tend to panic and try and grab at the ball. What's best to do is, if you can, pop it up, you can relax and then get your hands under the ball. And of course, that's something that's a lot easier said from the commentary box than when you're out there in a pressure situation. 12 overs gone, 85 for 6. $116 required for Zimbabwe to get over the line. That's all of wickets. Been regular, 11, 30, 37. Bit of a partnership to get to 69, but lost 2 wickets and 2 balls. Last man to go, Sikandar Raza. 4 on 83. Tall order from here for the Zimbabwean Zata.
If not impossible. You need someone to fire up with the bat, and you need to have him do it as quickly as possible. I still cannot figure out why Sean Williams decided to bowl first on this kind of a surfaces. You know that Bangladesh top orders has played beautifully throughout the series. In the test matches, they only batted once. We spoke about the hundreds been scored from the bat of Tamim Iqbal and Liton Das, not once but twice, and not much batting to come. Yes, we saw Donald Tripano getting a quick 550 in that one of the one-days, but nothing much after that. And that's the reason why I feel that he should have batted first. I swung that away. I should go to the maximum. It does.
He plays the slog sweep well. Richmond Tumbami. This is just given a bit of air. He struck that nicely. Here's the man at deep mid-wicket on the boundary. Takes the score to 93. He's gone again. Richmond Tumbami. And it's a double.
Yeah, it's such a good wicket to bat on, Mavayo, that even if you're going against the spin, if you connect well, there are runs to be scored, boundaries to be scored, over boundaries to be scored. That's gone. The back-to-back sixes from Mutumbami. Feel they've lost too many at this stage of the game.
Over the offside this time. Brings up the 100 for Zimbabwe. 100 for 6. The ball to go in the 13th over. Just as you're saying, you compare Zimbabwe and Bangladesh. Bangladesh 106 at this stage, but had only lost 1 wicket. Tinum Tumbudzi comes down the wicket, looks to clear long off, and all he does is present a Donald Tiripano, just his 11th match in this format. Good work from Tommy McBall, backward point. Pat on the back from his teammates. This is the last man to go. Inum Tombodzi, last ball of the over, looking to go over the offside.
And he knew that Mutumbami had smashed a couple of sixes in the over. They were going great guns. You can't afford to keep losing wickets at regular intervals. It just makes life so difficult. And especially when you're chasing a big total. When you lost wicket lost and also on a consistent basis, that just made life difficult for Zimbabwe. That's the reason why I feel you can't really expect too much from number 6, 7, 8. The top 4, top 5 has to shoulder the responsibility, and they fail to do so. That's why you're in this sort of a position.
Yeah. Well, in top order, he's really found the going difficult throughout this tour, Atta. With Tiripano strikes that beautifully over extra cover. You were talking about, we've seen the exploits of Donald Tiripano with the bat lower on in the innings. And this is what we've come to know of him in the last few matches for Zimbabwe. Struck that really nicely to Tiripano.
Yeah, the other question which comes to my mind, if he keeps striking the way he did in the last 6, why is he batting up the order? You're not chasing a low total, you're chasing a total of 200. You want someone to come in and strike well and strike early blows. After the end of the 14th.
By Zimbabwe. That run rate He's above 15 now, 15.67. Make things very difficult for Zimbabwe coming on here. I think those first three on the left for Bangladesh, Sumo Shaka, Leighton Das, Tamim, compared to the Zimbabweans, Kamunukamwe 28, Williams 20, Zimbabwe now 20 not out. There's that difference that we were talking about.
A team is always under pressure if the opposition go on to score in the range of 180, 200 in a T20 international. Make no mistake. Mustafi's in the attack. That's gone up in the air. Who's going to take it? Someone's getting underneath it. Oh, really good one from Qalandars. Not an easy catch to go back, but he judged it to perfection.
Well, you couldn't expect much less from Richmond Mutumbami, Zimbabwe, requiring 15 runs to the over. He's looking to go straight back over the top. Mustafi's just taking that ball across him, but this is a really good catch from Qalandars. The 8th wicket falls for Zimbabwe. It's Richmond Mutumbami gone for 20, 107 for 8. Donald Tirupano. That's 6. Just one shot that he hit over extra cover in the last over. Might be called wide. It's Tanvir Ahmed. Doesn't. Donald Tirupano will feel a bit hard done by. He's been joined by Karl Mumba. Not on strike. The reason why he's there because Leighton Das has taken a really good catch to dismiss Richmond Mutumbami. Never easy. Ball goes up that high. Got the lights to consider. And he kept his nerve. Nicely bowled. The feast. Karl Mumba is the new man at the crease. He's on debut.
He's played that nicely. It's gone all the way. Yes, he's hit those advertising triangles. It will be the maximum. Cheeky, but very, very effective.
This is a wonderful shot from Donald Tirupano. He's realized that Mustafiz is going to continue bowling that ball across. He's moved very nicely to make sure the ball is inside the line. There's no man back at fine leg. And he's helped himself to 6.
Just making sure on the triangles here. As far as I'm concerned, maybe a closer look. Did it just bounce before hitting the triangles?
Looks to me, Atta, like that's just hit the edge of the triangle. I think that will be signaled 6 by the umpire.
Or will it be 4, Tino Maguire? Have a look at this. Yep, 6 it is.
That's a good comeback from Mr. Fizur. He's kept the same line. What he's done, he's got it right up into that Yorker length.
Just going back to Zimbabwe, the way they batted, but what about the bowling attack? The most economical bowler was Wesley Madhavera. He bowled 2 overs for 15 and picked up a wicket, and now did not complete the full court of overs. Surprise, surprise.
Another good ball to finish the 15th. 113 for 8.
Pretty much a horror show there. Top order once again been a problem throughout this series in Bangladesh and Zimbabwe in the ODI series as well. The bowlers utilised so far. Mustafa finishes 3rd over, 2 for 19, been really good. Sheffield struck. Biplop 3 for 34, bowled a couple of long hops, couple of full tosses, but it was his evening. Afif, he is coming back. He had a very good start. 1 over. 1 for 3. He's been brought back into the attack for the start of the 16th over. The run rate required 17.6. So more than a mountain to climb. Home side in control once again. Smashed through the offside. Super start to the over.
Zimbabwe needs something what Stefano did in the second ODI in Sylhet, and started off with a cracking boundary towards extra cover region. It was struck powerfully, although it was a long hop.
Mumba getting himself off the mark with the boundary. Full man, powerful striker. Slight change in field setting. He's gone big once again. That was a bit more unsightly.
Trying to go across the line. Struck a boundary in the first ball. They need boundaries almost every ball from here on.
Very nicely bowled. Good line. Everyone back on the leg side. Batsman just want a bit of room to free the arms up. Try and get it out the ground. Terapano has shown a real danger with bat in hand. He's having a look at what guys are getting out of the pitch. Afif, he's right up top there. Oh, he played the reverse sweep, which was very wide indeed.
Talking about getting the purchase from the wicket, it's important to bowl up and toss the ball up, give some more air to the ball, and rightly so. Afif getting the most purchase out of the wicket.
Straight shot, super shot. That is some powerful hitting. We've seen plenty of it already. It's no surprise anymore. Terapano unleashing once again.
Bringing the long handle yet again. It was struck powerfully down the ground, over the bowler's head for a maximum. That's a good looking shot.
This time, just a push up the ground. They've got 13 from this over already, so it's been close to what they're requiring. They need one more boundary here, and then they're up with a rate. Home fans really enjoying the series. Their players are really performing well. Big shot. It's gone very, very hard. The field is running in. This is going to be a superb catch if he takes it. He's put it down. Unfortunately, he ran in 30 yards to make ground to catch that ball, and he's put it down, unfortunately, in the end. End of the 16th over, 128 for 8. summary. The match so far, Bangladesh been put into bat 200 for 3. Zimbabwe in huge trouble, 128 for 8. Hitting 73 from 24 balls from this UCB first T20, powered by Walton. 4 overs to go. Another look at the drop catch. He went high and not far enough. Actually made the ground. He got the catch at a decent height in the end, but he just couldn't steady himself. It popped straight out. And he made really good ground to get to that ball. Couldn't hold on. Just tailing back in. This white ball. Saw.
Getting back to the drop catch, he managed to go under the ball, but he couldn't make that position to stop himself and grab the ball with a stable position, and probably he also moved his eyes away of the ball.
Smash this back down the ground once again. Mumba having a go just as his partner is at the moment. He's not quite hitting it as cleanly. At a similar stage, Bangladesh 154 for 3. They really smashed it. 54 runs in the last 4 overs, so that was some explosive hitting.
I'd like to see Tiripano bat up at the order, at least number 7 or number 8. The way he has been batted in the ODIs and the way he has batted here so far for his 20.
Slower ball's got him. He's dragged it on. Tiripano's got him. He's got his man Saifuddin. That is very clever bowling. A slower ball. And he's backed away and it's gone via the inside edge onto the stumps, and the big celebration from him.
Must be a commentator's curse. Tiripano went for a big shot, tried to make some room. Umpires checking whether the front foot was okay or not. On the line, yeah, looks fine. And Saifuddin picks up a wicket with a slower delivery. Tiripano tried to make some room. Bottom hand once again comes into play. A hard hitter of the ball, but just managed to get the inside edge of the bat. He departs for 20 of 13. Zimbabwe 130 for 9.
Mpofu, number 11, strides in. When he's facing the music, so to speak, a huge swinger at the toes, first up.
That's a good ball to start to a left, to a tail ender. Right on the slot. Yeah, just roll of the wrist. Only managed to get the inside edge of the bat. Look at the bottom hand. Tries to play too hard. Yeah, and only managed to get the inside edge. That's good bowling from Saifuddin. And the trademark celebration, he stopped himself.
Very nicely bowled and played. Excellent over for Bangladesh. 132 for 9. Final rights being read. New Zimbabwe. 69 runs from victory. 3 overs remaining. 9 wickets down, huge problem. They lost 3 wickets in that power play, and that really put them beyond reach of chasing down the score. This first T20 of 2. Wednesday evening we'll be playing the second one. Sheffield, he's back, 2 overs, 1 for 12. Excellent start, striking with the new ball. It's just what they needed. Oh, very good slower ball, but it's been smashed. Oh, and it's gone for 4. That's taken a bad bounce, and that's gone past him.
That's sloppy on the field. Bangladesh hasn't been that good in the field so far today. That's back of a hand, slower delivery, right at the meat of the bat. Fielder just overrun the ball. There was a last-minute spin, and it totally deceived Saifuddin in the end.
I want to see a spin degrees after that one. I tell you, that was the sharpest turner of the whole day. Look what the other bowler's getting some turn. That made him look a bit silly in front of the grandstand. Short, and that's gone past him a bit too quick. The tail ender, he's not quite equipped to deal with that one.
Bit of aggression from Shafil. He must be feeling annoyed after being hit that over boundary for a boundary. Crowds enjoying that time. Obviously not a holiday, but still came in numbers today.
Slower ball. That was a real slow one. Almost seemed to wobble in the air, that one. Very good piece of bowling.
Obviously, for a tail ender, it's too hard to pick the slower ones from a fast bowler. Using the pace and varying the line and length. Trying to pick up the last wicket. Average speed this over, if you see, the first one came off 95 k's per hour, and then the second one 129, and the third one again a slower 102. That's good bowling.
The first one was back of the hand. Last one was a bit different, so good to see he's got a big smile on his face. That's what you want to see. Your players enjoying the pressure. Well, not as much pressure today, but he's enjoying his cricket, as is this whole Bangladesh side. A big heave on the leg side. No timing whatsoever in that stroke.
Bangladesh can take a lot of positive from here on, from comparing to what they did with the bat, and also rotating their bowlers as well.
He's gone. He's trying to go over the offside, and he has just got it over the inner ring. A single, so they're swinging hard, but they're not really finding the boundary.
Couldn't get that in the meat of the bat. Just getting the upper part of the bat and safely landed towards long off region. As I was talking about the positives, Zimbabwe should also work on their areas to work on, like especially with the top order.
Oh, that's a great Yorker. Right on the shoes. Into a good over. 139 for 9. Two overs to go. 62 runs needed. Tirupana, he's not there for the miracle to try and happen once again. Omba, 10 of 10, he'll be striking up. Mustafiz, he'll be delivering his final over. He's had a good day out there, 2 for 18. He's been excellent, and across the board, Mahedi a touch expensive, but everyone has done a really good job here. All the seamers have been good. 3 for 9, 1 for 19, and 3 overs, 1 for 19 as well. Saifuddin. He's going with that full wider delivery, and that's been given wide.
He has been trying this since his previous over, tried to bowl away from the right-hander, Fuller. Yeah, that was a slower one. Needs to bowl a little bit closer to the right-hander. Yeah, fine leg inside the circle, square leg is also inside the circle. Yeah, that's why he's trying to bowl offside, and the batsman trying to get some room.
A bit straighter this time, and looks to be a huge ball that he goes to often, is that slower ball, that cutter. That's a look to the Zim dugout, and they've got some big work to do. That top order has not fired at all throughout this tour, and they'll be very disappointed because those are their most experienced, the biggest guns within that side. He's hit this hard. He's hit that well, and it's gone all the way for 6.
Fielders could only look at the ball as it sails way over the bowler's head for a 6. That's a good shot, right at the meat of the bat. Tried to make some room, heaved it away over the bowler's head for a 6. 79 meters.
It was right in the slot, just where he wanted it. Tell you what, a good golf swing there, I tell you. It might be pretty useful. Oh, that's really got away from him here now. He's got to reassess here, and he's got to come back with a better plan. He's gone length in the slot, previous ball, and he's tried to go full and wide inside that wide line, and he's missed that as well. So execution is not quite where he wants it to be at this moment. He's hit that well over cover this time. That's another boundary. Some big hitting here from Mumba.
It's 150 on the board for Zimbabwe. And talking about the golf swing, this reminds me another one. It's a good shot over the cover's head for a boundary. Right on the slot. Mumba reaches 25 of just 13 balls. Mustafizur will surely look to wrap things up from here on after being hit by a 6 and a boundary in the over.
Change the pace again, and Mushfiqur behind the stumps is applauding and saying that's better, that's well bowled. And that is where you want it as the batsman. Right in the slot. The one that was hit for 6 over his head as well was right in that zone as well. So execution hasn't quite been the level we expect from him, especially bowling to a tail ender. He's gone short now. He's having a look to square leg and another wide. Can you believe it?
That's not good bowling at all from Mustafizur Rahman. Already bowled 11 wides Bangladeshi bowlers in their innings, and they must be feeling lucky that they have got enough runs on the board today, but surely they will need to work out on this aspect in the coming days.
He looks frustrated. 3 wides this over, 2 boundaries. Slower ball, short, wide. Got away with this one. The batsman is swinging himself off his feet. At the moment, he's got 25 or 15, so he's been striking it fairly well. 3 4s, 1 6 for him. Bowled fairly well at times with a new ball for Zimbabwe. But it's been a big learning curve. A lot of these Zimbabwean players on this trip, especially some of the lesser experienced guys. There have been a lot of lesser experienced guys playing the Bangladesh team too, to be fair, so plenty of opportunities been given to both sides. That's gone hard. That has not gone far enough. Long off coming in. Taken. Qalandars. Fitting that he takes the final catch. And what has been an excellent first performance in this UCB T20 International powered by Walton. Bangladesh in total control after putting 200 on the board. Mamba trying one too many times to clear the bowler over his head. Qalandars extremely well judged. Handshakes from the players out in the middle, and Bangladesh have won convincingly this first T20 by 48 runs.
Much like the three-match ODI series, Bangladesh started off the T20I, first match of the T20I, with a sheer dominance, and they managed to win this game by 48 runs. Zimbabwe, on the other hand, needs to work a lot, whether it's in the bowling or in the batting, and I would like to see the senior members, especially in the batting order, come up a bit and take the responsibility.
Right. Point very well made. Some of the big players haven't quite performed what they were expecting. It's been a tough tour for them so far, Zimbabwe. Bangladesh now won the Test, 3 ODIs, and the first T20. Being pretty despondent at the moment, Zimbabwe, but they've got to pick themselves up. There's still another game to go in this tour. Wednesday evening, same venue, same time. They need to fight back strongly. The captain, Mamadullah, he's had a good start to this series. Batsmen have stepped up to the plate, putting 200 on the board. And that is what you want as a captain and as a team as a whole. So the chase, Zimbabwe needed to get 201. They could only get 152. The top scorers, Kamuna Kwamwe, 28 from 20 up front, gave them a bit of impetus, but Taylor, Irvin, Madvideri, Williams and Sikandar, they just did not get what was needed. Vital partnerships throughout this innings. They failed to bag Mutumbami, 20 of 13, and a couple of lusty innings down the bottom, but that is too little, too late. And bowling figures, 3 for 31. He struggled at the end, Mustavizur, but the seamers did well. 1 for 19 for Sheffield, 1 for 19 as well from Saifuddin Mahedi. A little bit expensive, but 3 wickets for Biplop. Very good effort. 1 for 18 from Afif as well. So the match summary, this first UCB T20 International powered by Walton, 200 for 3, batting first, and Zimbabwe falling well and truly short by 48 runs, and Bangladesh go 1-0 up. And it's time now to go down to Tina Moyoyo, who's pitch side.
Thanks, John. Well, what a wonderful victory in the first T20 here in Dhaka for Bangladesh. It started off in the beginning with the batting, but Biplop was good a little bit later. But really good to see that they've carried on from the performances we've seen in the one-days.
Yeah, I mean, that's exactly what Mohammad Riyad, the skipper of Bangladesh teams, mentioned at the toss, that I would like to keep the momentum and dominate. And it's been dominating from the word go. If you would look at the way the top 3 batted, was outstanding, especially Shomo Sarkar, well set by Tamim Iqbal and Qalandars. And when you team batting first, just a soft reminder to you that Zimbabwe won the toss and put Bangladesh in, and they got 200. So when a team does that well, then it's so very difficult if the top order don't contribute with the bat. That's exactly what happened.
Absolutely. So it's been a good performance today from Bangladesh all the way through, and after batting particularly well, first up 200 for 3, of course, Zimbabwe came out for the chase, and this is how it went. Brendan Taylor has continued to struggle, Atar Ali Khan.
Yeah, it's not only Brendan Taylor. What about Craig Owen coming out of with well, sick? He had an opportunity to play, and he tried to play across the line, and that's how he got himself dismissed in that fashion. I mean, this is an excellent piece of fielding from the gun fielder, Afif, picking up one-handed and then a throw, one bounce to the keeper. Brilliant, absolutely fantastic. Good work by the keeper also. And then, as you mentioned, Aminul Islam Biplop getting his act right at that stage of the game.
Yeah, I know he came in and he did turn it on later on in the innings for Bangladesh with the ball. Sean Williams, he'll be very disappointed with this. He played a couple of really nice strokes to the spinners. The over before this one was there to be put away, and he's just gone and picked out the man on the boundary. Sikandar Raza really didn't get going today. We've seen him bat nicely throughout the one-days. Today didn't quite be on the form that we expect. Tinom Tumbas will be disappointed with this stroke. A couple of sixes had been hit in this over.
Yeah, if the top 6 batsmen only manages to score 71 runs, then it's not possible for any team to come back. Yes, a couple of big blows in the end. Fantastic catch by Qalandars in the deep. Never easy because he had to go back. and that one went straight on to him. Look at that guy. That is excellent catch from Litundars. But just going back to my point, Tino Mawaya, if you're chasing a total of 200 or more, your top 4 has to score runs with the bat. If you don't, then you're in trouble, deep trouble.
Absolutely, the same story that we've been talking about for Zimbabwe over the last 3 or 4 one-day games, as well as the fact that those senior men in the Zimbabwean batting lineup have not been able to come to the party. This was the last wicket to fall, of course, and a really comfortable victory. 48 runs for Bangladesh in this first one-day international. You mentioned Aminul Islam Biplop. We've not seen a lot of him at this level. You've talked several times about the need for a quality leg spinner for Bangladesh at all levels. Does he have what it takes?
I think it's early days. I really don't want to judge him at this stage of his career, but I think he's got something in him. Something that catches the eye of the selector, something that I also feel that, yes, he can be a better bowler. And once he starts to play more matches, he'll mature enough. And picking up 3 wickets in a T20 international, it's not a bad outing for him. I can tell you that, on a flat deck, because we know Bangladesh scored 200 on this surface. He comes back strongly, picks up important wickets. He's got top order wickets in his that spell of 3 or 4 overs that he bowled. So I think he's got enough to prove that, yes, if he hangs on to his performance, if he improves and then performs on a consistent basis, then he can be a really good hand with the ball for Bangladesh in this format.
Yeah, he bowled in some pretty nice areas today. Leg spinner, you can expect him to have a couple of short deliveries in his spells, but this is where he bowled. The 3 wickets, of course, the one that's overpitched is the full toss of Shaun Williams that we saw just now. But you can see he's bowling in a pretty consistent area. He's outside that off stump, and he's bowled the balls pretty full. And as a result, carry on, Atta.
Yeah, I think what is important for him to realize is that we see the 3 wickets. If he pitches it up, I don't mind him going down the ground, the batsman going down the ground to hit him a big 6. But if he pitches it up, then he will trouble the batsman. Out of those 3 wickets, 2 balls were pitched up. Yes, one was the one that Shaun Williams tried to hit it on the mid-wicket area. But if he can just bowl it at the right areas, let the batsman come onto the front foot, I think he's in business.
3 for 34, and it was only in 3 overs. You can expect that he will grow from that as a young spinner. We saw the Zimbabwean spinners going for a lot of stick today, bar young Madevere. But this is something in terms of a performance that he can look to and will want to improve on.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's also the question of he will also play in different conditions and different surfaces. So he has to bowl to learn in different conditions. That's where you start to gain a little bit more experience as a bowler. And I'm sure once he be a part of the Bangladesh team on a consistent basis, he will learn quite quickly.
Shumul Shaka, left out of the one-day side, joined the team as a squad member for the last game, but he was absolutely brilliant today. 62 from just 32 balls. He hit some really nice balls today.
He was in smashing form, and he recently married. Don't forget that. Congratulations to him for getting married recently. And to play that knock, I thought it was marvelous to see him in that kind of a... He's only scored 250s, including this one in a T20 international. Not a great record, but if you can get this kind of an innings from him on a regular basis, then Bangladesh will surely feel that, yes, batting at top of the order, runs from the top order, they can challenge a lot of other teams.
The series has gone well for Bangladesh, and I think the thing that's good for them is they've moved on. We talked about the test match where they had a totally different seam bowling department to the one-day games. Same thing has happened coming into the T20s. People coming in to replace people and scoring. Shumul Shaka we talked about, but 2 people who have been consistent for Bangladesh with the bat throughout Sylhet in the one-day games, Tamim Iqbal, Litundars, absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, I think you can see that Litundars has found his mojo with the bat, and obviously Tamim Iqbal, you can't keep him out of the game at all because he's such a difficult batsman to bowl at, especially in the first 6 overs of a T20 international, because if the line lengths are wary, then he'll hit you and put you to the sweat, and that's exactly what they did, both of them.
All right, Ada, congratulations on the win in the first game. Atzar Ali Khan, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go and join Shamim Chowdhury, who's ready for the post-match presentation.
Very good evening. Welcome to the presentation of the UCB Bangladesh versus Zimbabwe T20 series, the first T20 international powered by Walton. It's been quite an emphatic performance by Bangladesh, and they win this one very comfortably by 48 runs. Congratulations to Bangladesh, and bad luck for the Zimbabweans. I'd like to introduce you to our presentation party here. Immediately to my left, Mr. Ghazi Ghulam Murtaza, who is the director of the Bangladesh Cricket Board and chairman of the tournament committee of the BCB. Alongside him, Mr. Muhammad Jalal Yunus, also Director of the BCB and Chairman of the Media and Communication Committee of the BCB. And next to him, Mr. Mohammed Russell, the Managing Director, Everly Online Shopping Mall. Thank you, gents, for being here with us. I'd like to request the captain of Zimbabwe, Sean Williams, to come across and have a few words, please. Well, Sean, at the start of the tournament, even at the last ODI, you expected more from this, the shortest format of the game. Hasn't really panned out that way, has it?
No, it definitely hasn't. Obviously, winning the toss tonight was a good thing for us. I felt batting second on this wicket was really good. It was a little bit tacky wicket, but again, I think we missed our lengths when we bowled. And when we're batting, obviously, partnerships up at the top of the order again let us down. So, you know, to get to 150, 148 and lose by 48 runs, I think Carl Mumba, you know, saved us a bit there. But yeah, you know, just like I say, the partnerships at the top of the order are crucial for us and probably would have got us close.
Did you feel that that target of 201 initially created a sort of mindset in your batters that they're not prepared to bide their time and be patient with just going for the strokes too many times, too often?
Yeah, look, I think obviously chasing 200 in T20 can create a lot of pressure, and obviously mentally it does that to you. But, you know, some of our guys strike the ball really well, and obviously with the short boundary tonight, I don't feel that there should have been that pressure. I think obviously we've got to think carefully about the shot selections that we play, build partnerships, and just go back to the basics. It's actually a really simple fix, and things will kick into place.
Well, hopefully they will. But today it was a batting track, and somehow you must feel a little, annoyed with some of the shots that were played. This is the time to get things in order because you've got a lot of cricket coming up.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, myself, I hit a full toss straight down square leg's throat. I mean, on another day, I would have hit that for 6. It's just, you know, sometimes when it's going bad, it keeps on going bad. When it rains, it pours. But it's not going to stop me. I'm going to carry on punching and keep on going. I'm going to keep the boys going, and we're going to keep on fighting.
Keep on fighting. Best of luck for the future.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Sean Williams, the skipper of the Zimbabwe team. My pleasure now to request the captain of Bangladesh, Mahmudullah Riyad, to come across and have a few words with me, please. Well, bit of a relief in a way because you had a bad run in the recent past in the T20 format. Now, very emphatic win.
Yeah, I think it was pleasing to see how the batters performed, especially up front. Litton and Tamim gave us the start that we wanted. And in the end, Shomu batted outstandingly well.
Everyone chipped in. They seem to be enjoying this wicket. It was playing very truly, wasn't it?
The wicket was a bit tacky, I think, up front, but the batters looked really good. I think they applied themselves according to their strength. And in the end, I think bowlers held their nerves and bowled in right areas.
If the wicket was tacky and you scored 201, how many would you have scored if it was a good wicket? Anyway, and then the bowlers did their job. I mean, sometimes you become complacent when you're defending a big target, but you've got to keep at it all the time.
Yeah, we can't be complacent about our form at the moment. I think we're playing good cricket. We have to be consistent enough to apply our skills, and that's what I was aiming for.
And as I said, when the wicket is not too bowler-friendly, with young Aminul must have impressed you with his leg spin.
Yeah, I think he up front he was probably a bit nervous, but I tried to told him to bowl with a big heart, and I think he delivered quite well.
Keep on guarding the players and keep on getting the good results. Thank you for talking to us.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you, Mahmudullah Riyad, the skipper of the Bangladesh team. Now we've got that award of Everly Player of the Match, an award of $1,000 to be jointly given by Mr. Mohammed Russell and Mr. Mohammed Jalal Yunus, and also the Everly Player of the Match crest is to be handed over by Mr. Ghazi Ghulam Murtaza, and for his scintillating batting, it goes to Shomo Sharkar. 62 of only 32 balls, quite a few fours, 5 sixes. Brilliant knock, and that really ensured that Bangladesh took the ascendancy. Shomo, if you could come across and have a few words. অনেক অনেক অভিনন্দন নতুন জীবন শুরু হয়েছে সবাই জানি আমরা এবং সেজন্য বিশেষ অভিনন্দন এবং নতুন জীবনে এসে একটা অসাধারণ ইনিংস খেলেছে কেমন লাগছে
অবশ্যই ভালো লাগছে যে আজকে নতুন জীবনের পরে মানে বিয়ের পরে প্রথম ম্যাচ ছিল তা একটু নার্ভাস ছিলাম প্রথমে যে না প্রথম ম্যাচ যাচ্ছে কেমন হবে তো তারপরেও সাহস নিয়ে খেলেছি যতটুকু পেরেছি আর অবশ্যই চেষ্টা করব এভাবে ধরে রাখার জন্য
Well, I did ask him that he started a new life because they recently got married. And he said he started this innings a little nervously, maybe the other innings too, but that's life for you. Right, and now, এই উইকেটে once you saw যখন রানগুলো হয়ে গেছে, অনেকটা কি সহজ হয়ে গেছিল নিজের সহজ গতি সাবলীল গতিতে খেলার ব্যাপারটা?
অবশ্যই আমি যখন গেছি তখন লিটন অনেক ভালো খেলছিল, তো আমি চেষ্টা করেছি যে ওকে স্ট্রাইক দেওয়ার জন্য। তারপরে যখন লিটন আউট হয়ে গেছে তখন মনে হয়েছে যে আমি সেট, তখন আমাকে ওই আমি নিজেকে হ্যান্ড ওভার করে নিয়েছি। আর আমি চেষ্টা করেছিলাম যে লাস্ট 5 ওভারে যে মারবো, সো ওই পর্যন্ত থাকার চেষ্টা করেছি এবং লাস্ট 5 ওভারে মেরেছি আর কি।
Just translate that. I just said that when the batters get a good start, the initial batters makes things easier, and he feels the same way. And he was out to play the big shots, and he managed to do that. And last question. টুকটাক তো ভুল ভ্রান্তি হয়েই থাকে, ছোট ছোট জিনিস, একটা ক্যাচ ড্রপ হয়েছে, এটা কি পরবর্তীতে কোনো প্রভাব ফেলবে?
অবশ্যই আমি পার্সোনালি চিন্তা করলে অবশ্যই প্রভাব ফেলবে, কেন আমি অনেকদিন পরে ফিরেছি, তো একটু ছিলাম ফিল্ডিংয়ে, অনেকদিন পরে ম্যাচ খেলছিলাম, তো চেষ্টা করবো এখান থেকে বেশি প্র্যাকটিস করার জন্য এই ভুলটা আর না করি নেক্সট টাইমে, কারণ আজকে একটা শেষের দিকে ম্যাচ হয়েছে, এমন ইম্পর্টেন্ট টাইমের জন্য ক্যাচ না মিস করি। সো ওইটাই আমার চেষ্টা থাকবে, আর আমি যতটুকু পারবো প্র্যাকটিসে এটাকে খুবই বেশি প্র্যাকটিস করা এবং রিকভার করা।
অনেক শুভকামনা আমাদের সঙ্গে আলাপ করার জন্য, ধন্যবাদ।
থ্যাংক ইউ।
And I just finish off by saying that he said that he dropped a catch and he was a little annoyed himself, but he's getting back into the groove and he'll be doing much better in the future. That is all from down here.
Right, well, what a wonderful performance by Shumul Shaka coming back into the side. This is what happened. Bangladesh being put in by Zimbabwe, 200 for 3. There he is, Shumul Shaka at the top, 62 from just 32 balls. Atar Ali Khan, it was always going to be difficult for Zimbabwe to chase 200.
Yeah, I mean, once again, Bangladesh dominated with the bat. Two questions still bothers me. One, why did Zimbabwe decided to bowl first, winning the toss? And then the most economical bowler, Madhwere, he bowled 2 overs, 1 for 15. He did not finish his full quota of 4 overs.
Yeah, that's obviously something that they will have a look at over the next couple of days, Zimbabwe, before they come back for the last fixture of this tour here in Bangladesh. It's the second T20 International, the UCB T20 International, powered by Walton. It has been a good performance this evening from Bangladesh, and they'll be hoping that when they come out here in a couple of nights again, they can reproduce what they've done today. Atar Ali Khan, you've been a wonderful co-pilot in the cockpit again. Good performance from Bangladesh, and we'll see you in a couple of days' time.
Right.
you.